Okay, I think we're good. Alright, my name is BubblesDelFuego, and I'm the current world record holder for Fallout 4 with a time of 49 minutes and 12 seconds. And it got that far because a lot of people worked really hard on it. And I'm gonna make a tutorial so other people can figure out how to play the game too if you feel like playing it. Some preliminary stuff. You want to play on the lowest version, and you want to use French. French is the fastest language to play on, and the lowest version has none of the glitches patched out. So over here on the left, I'm on speedrun.com/Fallout4, and you're going to want to go to the forum, and go to the downgrade patch sticky, which is the top thread, and find your downpatcher. The current patch that I'm recording this during is 1.7.9. So the version of Fallout 4 that I own right now is the current patch of 1.7.9, and I want to get it down to 1.1.3. So I will download the link for that. Or I'll download the file for that using the link. 509 megabytes. Oh wait, not that. Download through my browser. Alright, this should go by pretty quickly. I have decent download speed. But in the meantime, I will duplicate the tab and go back to the forum. And we want to go to resources. And you can get the French language. So I'll click that and it'll automatically start downloading. Well, not automatically, but right here. Download anyway. And that should start downloading here. Gotta show all downloads. Here's just past download stuff. And I should be getting this soon. That's where the French download thing is. It might not work, but I already have the French downloads in a separate area, and I can just get that. It's kind of like on the cooking channel, when someone puts something in an oven and they pull out an already made version. So here's the downgrade patch right here that we got downloading, and the French one. This is like 2.1 gigabytes, so this should work soon. And here's the right here on the side is the program files folder for Fallout 4, where we will edit all of the stuff. You can see a link in the bio, and you can skip ahead to the end of the video if you've already done all this, of course. Okay, so I can show this stuff in folder. I will do that over here so you guys don't see my downloads folder, because I didn't really prepare that part. But I'll open up this zip. Oh. Okay. So here's the French language stuff. And I'm just going to put the downgrade patch right there. That's not that big. And it's in a unextracted file right now. Whoops. Oh, that's the thing I didn't want to show. It doesn't even matter. It's like all work-related, speedrun-related things anyway. Alright, so the Fallout 4 exe folder, the downpatcher, and the French language. Let's do the downpatcher first, because it'll edit some of the stuff in here. So all you want to do is right-click and extract it with whatever you have. So I'm just going to extract files, and I'm going to direct it to this area. So I got this PC, C, local files 86, Steam, Steam apps, common, Fallout 4, just select Fallout 4, that'll be okay. Hit OK. It's all going in there, all the juicy deets. So I have chat running up. Hello people in chat. I can't talk right now because I'm making a tutorial. This is live streamed. I know there's some people still coming in, but yeah. Anyway. So here's the patch thing. So you just want to run this patch.bat file. I'm doing this on Windows 10. Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, doesn't matter. Run this. Press any key to continue. So I will. I'll press the Enter key. And it is turning the current version and it is replacing files. So it's version 1.1.3. Might take a wee bit, but it's okay. You can see everything that's going on in the process. Made by some very smart people. Petit Miku and Dalit, mostly, I believe. Alright. And it finished up. That was pretty quick. There are other methods of rewriting all this information, such as just copying over, like, some folders, but those are a little bit bigger. Those are like a little over 2 gigs. So this is just a smaller folder size, and it's a little bit easier. So now the French stuff. Right here is Fallout 4 voices.ba2. That's all the voice acting in the game. And if you bring in this, it'll do some stuff. Just let it happen. It's transferring over. This is, honestly, with everything prepared, it still takes quite a while, but it's only like 15 minutes or so of work tops, even if you don't have everything prepared. I'll have links to all the resource areas as well in this channel, or in this video description. So you want it to be the same title as Fallout 4 voices.ba2. So you rename this something for now, like voices null, just so it doesn't have to be that. Just don't name it voices. And then rename this one to get rid of the _FR. And now the INI folder will read this one, which is the French one. Okay, so we're pretty much good to go now for starting the game. But before you do that, you want to be running a program called DxStory. Where did I put DxStory? Here it is. You can get the free version without having to buy it, and it has everything that you need. You just have to wait for the launcher to run after 10 seconds. Experience the trial. Okay, so I've already got all my settings set up for Fallout 4. I know there's a lot to look at here, but the easiest thing to understand is run Fallout 4 and then open up DxStory. Get the latest version or whatever. And then, there's only 2 things that you want to do. You want to go to Advanced, and you want to go to Limit Video FPS to 60. It'll auto-detect Fallout 4, and if it hasn't detected it, just make sure you select Fallout 4. There are other programs like Fraps and stuff, and you can turn on VSync to limit the FPS, but DxStory is used for another purpose, so you can like limit the FPS with a hotkey later on for a trick. So it's my personal favorite program for doing this. It's also like the easiest. Most people use this. So we set it to 60 FPS, and you want to go to your overlay, and you want to make it so you can see the video FPS, so that when you're recording your game and you submit it to the leaderboards, it'll say that it's at 60 FPS tops, and you'll see when I'm playing the game that it'll show it on the screen. So limit video FPS to 60, show the video FPS, and there's one more thing. You want to, okay, so there's one trick in the game where you want to lower your FPS to a lower amount. You may not have to, but I do, and I'll get to it when we get to it. But I set mine to 20 for this specific trick. Right here in this tab, where you'll see the movie camera, you want to set frame rate to 20, and you want to have synchronized video FPS. That makes it so whatever you're recording has to go down to this frame rate. And that's all you got to do. Just synchronize video FPS and frame rate 20. And then you want to make a hotkey for it. So I just make it number 8 on the numpad. It's a key that I wasn't using in any situation ever. And so when I press 8 on the numpad, while Fallout 4 is open. It'll make it so my frame rate is capped out to 20 FPS for just a little bit. And it's the trick. I know it sounds a little sketchy, but the trick makes it so it's fair for all PCs. Because some PCs don't need it. But some PCs do. This makes it so stronger PCs can weaken down a little bit to make it so they can do a low frame rate trick, which is kind of rare. But now that all that's out of the way, let's open up Fallout 4. And here we're at the launcher. You want to make some settings here. It's just easy to stream the game or record it when it's in windowed mode, in borderless windowed mode. And I play on full screen with like pretty low settings. So that's kind of important. So let's play the game here. And here we're at 60 FPS, as you can see in the top left corner because DxStory is showing it. We go to the settings, we are at version 1.1.3, and we're almost ready to play. We've got a few more settings to deal with in the game settings before we actually get to what we do. So, your difficulty, very easy. It just makes it so you can kill enemies quicker. That's it. If you kill enemies faster, you'll beat the game faster. That's not really the difficult part of the game, so yeah, don't worry. You want to make it so all the save things are on. I'm pretty sure these are all the default options, so with default options, I'll just say what you need to change. So make sure that's where it is, where you want it. Go to controls. Make it so your quick save and quick load keys are kind of next to each other. I guess these aren't the default options, but yeah, I want quick load to be F6. I like it where it is. And I run with all the other default settings. Your display. You want to turn dialogue subtitles on and stuff. I just turn all subtitles on, just so I can get visual cues on all my tricks. And the dialogue camera, you want to turn that off. And that'll make it so you can skip dialogues faster. And also run away from dialogue faster. It's a huge time save if you just turn the dialogue camera off. That way you can skip 2 dialogues at once. If you overlap characters, you can talk to people from really far away. That's really nice. So just turn that off. You'll thank me later. It's not necessary to beat the game fast, but it saves a lot of time. So there's that. And for game audio, it's apparently pretty loud, so I'm just going to turn it down just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Okay, and now I am ready to play the game quickly. I sure hope everything goes okay. I'm not going to use a timer, but yeah, you guys can just click around the video. So just to recap, have DxStory, so you're at 60 frames per second. Very easy is the difficulty. Playing on version 1.1.3. Skip cutscenes with the letter T on your keyboard. So this is the French language. It's tested to be at least 17 seconds faster, but there's a lot of areas that haven't been tested before. So in this intro area, the timer will start right here, right when you see your crosshair, which is 3.5 seconds after you hit OK on that confirmation screen. And the only speed-related thing that you can do in the beginning is talking to NPCs, and that'll make it so they stop talking, or they start saying the next thing. So as soon as I started the game, I went over here and talked to Codsworth, so he would stop talking, and that would mean like he would start doing the dishes sooner, and then Nora would be over here, and the next thing that's going to happen is the baby's going to start crying, and Codsworth is going to talk. So I talked to him. And then I talk to Nora, because she starts talking after Codsworth does. So, right now I'm waiting by this door because the next part of the game is to talk to that guy. And there's absolutely nothing happens until then. But it's not that long. So you want to spam E just here. That's your interact key, obviously. If you haven't figured this out, I'm playing it on PC. You can skip dialogue with the 4 key and the down key from your arrow keys. And so here's where we do our special stats. You want to just press enter to select this. Spam whatever name you want, something preferably in low character count, like just like that. Enter again to confirm it, and then go down to endurance, max it all the way out. Go to intelligence, bring it up to 4, and then go to agility and max that out. And then you hit R, and then you hit 4 again to finish the dialogue. And then you spam Nora, because she will talk as soon as he's done talking. And then you walk over here, and you're ready for this part. As soon as you hear Codsworth, that's when you want to interact with him. You can actually interact with all these NPCs about like half a second before they start talking, but it's a big risk because then you might not be interrupting their dialogue, you might just end up talking to them normally. And just do all the prompts that Nora tells you to do. If you speak French, you must have a pretty good advantage here. So everyone's talking to me, I've got to go out here now. Codsworth's bringing me over here. This beginning area is very technical and quick and a bunch of tiny little things, but it's the part that you'll get used to doing and doing the most. Because it's right in the beginning of the game. Everybody's always good at this part. So as soon as this next dialogue part is done, Jacques Le Bleu, we're gonna do the first speed tech of the game. We can finally run, so start running. Jump over the fence. Jump over this fence. Time it correctly, so you don't do that. This is actually a really hard jump, I swear. There we go. There we go. Okay. You want to aim for that like fence post like I was doing. Up here, there's another dialogue skip. Right at the end of this guy's sentence, you want to spam the E key. Get a feel for it, and you might be able to skip the dialogue. That didn't work. But I guess just watch the record. You'll get a good idea of it. The current record is also on my channel. If you just go to my YouTube channel and look for the video that says Fallout 4 any % speedrun world record 4912 IGT. So you stand in the space, everybody else comes here, and they just all wait down. So there's like one funny thing here you can do in the elevator, and this is it. But all you want to do here is just stay in first person. If you go into third person, you'll actually walk slower. So just try not to bump into anything and walk all the way to your cell. It's a little faster if you jump over this railing. Grab the suit, and then the doctor will follow you. The doctor is actually the quest marker on the compass down below. And you'll notice when he starts coming closer, right about now. If he doesn't start coming closer, then that means he's stuck, and you're going to lose quite a bit of time. And since we're already in the beginning and we're about to have a huge cutscene, I like to restart if he doesn't follow me all the way down. But that's just me. So, when he starts talking, you can skip his dialogue, and then you can get in the chamber immediately. And there's really not much to do right here besides eat apples. It's just a cutscene. So far, there's no way to skip it. Feel free to skip ahead in the video. I'm not going to put an annotation or anything, just do it. Sorry. I'm really bad with making YouTube videos and stuff. This is just going to be like an export from Twitch. But I hope this is useful. I hope you guys like it. I'm not going to try to go at like record pace or anything. There's going to be many times in this tutorial where I'm going to stay still and just talk about stuff. Like pointing at the ground, you know. But I'll try to say relatively quickly. Try to cover all the tricks and why they work and how to do them. Everything kind of happens pretty quickly when you watch the videos, so this should be nice to watch. Alright, so now after this cutscene, we have full movement controls. We can't go inside of the Pip-Boy though, we don't have one yet, but even when we do get one, we're not going to get one in here. So, come over here, and you want to clip through like that wall right over there, and the best thing to do it with is like this cone right here. It's already tipped over, so it's good for you. And you might want to spin it a little bit on this railing on the way there, and this door, like I do. And then you come up against the wall, and you just item climb. And I should maybe explain this before I just do it. But you have it a certain distance away from you. You'll get used to it. You put it underneath your feet, and then you walk into a wall. And it'll clip you through sensitive parts of the map. And right there is a pretty easy part to do it. If you get stuck, you want to just jump kind of in this direction, and you'll be set free eventually. But typically you'll come in through the roof. Yeah. There we go. Come over here, get Simpex if you want, and you want to grab the gun and then go on the PC. So you can skip a lot of animations. It's just a weird glitch. And then use your cursor to open the evacuation tunnel. And then press tab to go back, not escape. And this makes it so your gun is already put away. And it makes it say sit down on the PC a lot quicker. So we're still escaping, we're escaping. We're not going to pick up the Pip-Boy. Instead we're going to go over here and get another cone. Get it a good distance away from us. Jump to here, jump up here, and then item climb over this wall now. There we go. And now we're good. And right here, I'm going to set up the first trick that's like a big glitch called a cover slide. And it works really simply. We're going to... First off, you have to activate the elevator by standing around this area. Either go on the staircase or just stand like right here. Like just touch that spot and the elevator will start moving down. You'll hear it. But after that, we want to pull out our gun and create some storage for a glitch. And this is also why we have the frame rate set up so I can go down to 20 FPS whenever I want, like this. Like I'm going down to 20 right here. And now I'm back up to 60 again. If you missed how I did that, it's in the beginning of the video. So, okay, I'll just show you. Pull out your gun, and come up to a wall right like this. And and look down the sights. Okay, I need to get ammo for the gun. Because I forgot to pick it up on the table, but ignore that. Okay, you're supposed to pick up that ammo too, I just missed it. I'm not going to make that be a thing that I'll stop the whole video process for, though. Okay, we're back here, because I noticed I was a little low on ammo. Anyway, so, when you're here and the elevator is coming down, while the elevator is coming down, you want to, like, go up against any wall. It doesn't really matter too much. But I like to go right here. Aim down the sights. Go into third person. Like, hold down the button for it, and then let go of aim down the sights. So now I have stored all that stuff. And now you want to put your gun away. It most of the time will do it automatically when you come into the elevator, but I like to do it myself. And then go back into first person. And now you're going to exit the vault. Because once you hit exit the vault, it'll automatically put you in first person. And if your gun is out while you go back into first person, you will slide back at where you were making cover. And during that loading screen, I like to set my frame rate down to 20, just so the whole world is rendered at 20 FPS as well. And now I will slide towards the center of the map. Once I pull out my gun, and I'm in first person. So I'm in first person right now. So if I pull out my gun in this specific spot, like, let me just let you guys know where the spot is with no clipping upwards. So if you look straight down, you'll see that rock. It's the best spot that I've found. So you just come down from here. And I guess there's that big tree right here. And it's right in front of it. You might see a few rocks right here. That's the best I can really do to explain it. It's on this little lip. But I'm going to quick save before this. Just in case it doesn't work. But you want to stand right here. Look down so your frame rate stays as consistent as possible, and then pull out your gun. And you'll travel really far across the map. I might die from fall damage because this is really inconsistent. But nope, looks like we got it. And we discovered Sanctuary, so this is all going swimmingly. So now everything's going to load in around me. You can switch it back to 60 FPS. And you'll notice I am here. And you'll figure out where here is in a second. I'm here. I was right about there. So that saved a lot of running time. And during the slide, I actually loaded in the trigger for discovering Sanctuary, so that will become in handy later. Very ideal situation just happened. Very happy it happened for the tutorial. So now you can put your gun away, go back to 60 FPS, and run into town. And you've got health, you've got some stimpaks. If you need to heal, stimpaks are automatically bound to the 0 key, like this. Like that. Not super necessary, but yeah, it's nice. I like to take this route over here. It's a little more straightforward, and we pass by a toolbox. And once we're in this town, there's a bunch of stuff that's going to happen. But we're going to try to look for... Keep an eye out for Jet, buff out Nuka-Cola Quantum if you see it somewhere. And there's going to be a body up here, and you want to see either the Minutemen outfit or the baseball outfit, or baseball uniform. It's really common you'll see the Minutemen outfit, and that'll give you +1 on agility, so later on you'll want to equip that. That's about it. So, kill everybody before you come inside. No, just rat away. You'll get plenty of that later, so you don't need to worry about it. Kill everybody before you come inside, like an amazing person would. And you notice I picked up a gun. I'm picking up only pipe pistols, because they're very good for item climbing and clipping, and I'll be doing that later on. So I normally kill these guys a lot faster, but I'm just being careful, showing you where I'm killing them. And this guy doesn't have the Minutemen outfit, but this is the body that would have the Minutemen outfit. Okay, so we come inside now. And run in, kill this guy right here first, because he's at a really good angle, and bullets normally do a one-hit kill from that position. You'll level up right when you enter this place as well, so you don't need to worry about your health too much. So kill them. We want to make sure we have 4 pipe pistols. If you don't get enough from these raiders, then you can always buy some later when we're at the shop. It's not a big deal. So here's the lockpick. You get them right from the top of the terminal, and you need to get this fusion core, so you can go inside the power armor and advance the storyline as well. Got the fusion core, now we're running upstairs. Here's the first medical box you can look into. There's Jet. Let's grab that. It's very good that we got Jet now. That way we can save some inventory time later. I'll show you guys where the backup Jet is in case you don't get it from luck. And this is the last pipe pistol that we'll need. That's 4, I believe. We can't check our Pip-Boy right now because we haven't ever picked up a Pip-Boy. We can look at our arm though. Alright. Kill all of them and go see Preston. Right here, I want to pick up these cups because they have ceramic in them, and they help towards making the teleporter at the end of the game. And I'm using 4 to skip the dialogue here, but when he says Sturgis tell him, you want to be a little careful with your spamming. Because if you skip the dialogue too fast, Sturgis will lock up, and he'll waste a lot of time. Okay, so once you get the quest marker, or you know the correct dialogue to walk out on, you can leave. And instead of leaving through the back door, we'll leave through the front door, because we'll manipulate enemy spawns here. You want to drop down and pick up a fusion cell, or just ammo, and then item climb up this wall. I do best when I spam spacebar. People have their different ways though. Let me find that again. This isn't that bad of a climb. It's a lot easier if you walk over here and do it if you want to do it this way. There you go. And so, now that we're in a battle, we might be able to enter this power armor the quick way. Yep, and we did, just like that. You want to pick up the minigun. And the guy on the roof has not spawned yet, so we can drop down without having to pull out the minigun and kill him from this area. So, but when we land, there's going to be a falling animation. I'll make a quick save right here. There's going to be this. And we couldn't move for a few seconds. But if we drop down, if we go in third person right as we land, or if we switch our perspective right as we land, we'll be okay. So like this. Like that. And we can immediately start moving because it'll cancel the animation out. So you want to run all the way across. And then you want to press the mouse button and then it'll pull out the minigun. Focus on the Deathclaw first. And this will draw out all the raiders to come closer to you instead of having to run towards them. Get out of the fire because you can't fast travel when you're being damaged. And by the time the raiders are done, you know. Kill Gristle, this guy, and that's everybody. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So go into the map. So press M on your keyboard to go into the map. And then press T to level up. And now you'll have 1 level up. At least. And you want to spend it on Action Boy because that'll make it so your stamina regenerates faster and you can sprint faster, or like sprint sooner. So Action Boy, confirm it, go back, and fast travel to the Museum of Freedom because it's a lot faster than having to walk over there. And you can't fast travel if you're taking damage or if you're in the air, or if there's still enemies nearby, so make sure everybody's dead. Press forward to switch over to the pistol because you move faster with the pistol instead of the minigun. A lot happens at once, so I hope you guys have fun learning this game. And now we want to get some Preston dialogue out of the way, so the Minutemen will now be in Sanctuary. So I'm standing right here because Mama Murphy is going to talk after Preston, and I want him And this will skip Mama Murphy's dialogue a little bit before she even starts talking, like so. And then while she's talking, if you're good enough, you can like walk backwards towards this point right where I am. So I'm right here next to this wall. You can do it over here too. Doesn't matter. You just need to set up some cover. So I'm going to quick save first and set up another cover slide that goes across the overworld. So lean around cover, go into third person, and get out of it. And then run over here and go outside. You want to leave your gun out this time. Don't put your gun away. And you will fly across the map in multiple increments of chunks this time. I want to make sure you're in power armor and you use the tab key. Or you want to use your Pip-Boy. So go in and out of your Pip-Boy a certain number of times, like this. That's once. That's twice. That's thrice. You can sometimes tell if you're going further than usual because of how much will load here. But I bumped into this thing. Totally fine. Just jump in the air and do it again. We want to be near Green Tech Genetics, which is this green building right here. This should be fine. We're going to bump into a building, but this is totally like a PC-dependent trick. Never the same every time you'll do it. Okay, I'm somewhere right now. Okay, I'm apparently on top of or next to Green Tech Genetics, I think. No, I'm across the water. But I'm just gonna fly over there real quick. So that was a really powerful cover slide and it flew me all the way over here. But odds are you will land around this building. But like I said, it's never the same every time you do it. It's completely PC dependent. This is what Fallout 4 speedrunning is kind of like. But it's not that bad. I can always reload my quick save and do it again. Which I probably will do, just to show you guys what it's like. Because it's kind of hard to do while I'm talking at the same time. So you want to land around here. But I will just reload my quick save that was indoors and just do it again. So okay, I'm already liking this one more. Yep. There we go. Very clean. Alright, and then that last part that I just did there when I flew across the ground, that was me just going back into first person. Similar to the first cover slide. So that was a really nice cover slide. And you want to put your character right here. Because this is the fast travel point of the game for Green Tech Genetics. So when you come back here to get your power armor later, you can spam E when the game fades in on the load, and you'll start getting into your power armor a little sooner. So use this truck. It's a little finicky, but you can do some very careful jumps to get over it. And you want to run to the sewers over here to get the final quest of the game. This is where the Minutemen normally send you. And there's a glitch here we're going to do called, I think it's just called menu warping. So you want to make a hard save file here. So it's just a new save from the menu. And then quit out to the main menu. This is the easiest thing ever. You can do it yourself. I've taught my roommate how to do this before on console. It's still not patched. And so now you go to load game, and you just load that save file that you just made. It also works with the autosave, but you want to have a hard save file here for tricks later on in the game. So now we're out of bounds, we're in the water, and you just want to swim down here, underneath the map, and up against this pipe, just any of the sides of the pipe. And then you want to run really far off, out of bounds, so you can void out and begin back here again. And so we just got the quest, the nuclear option, which is the final quest of the game. And that'll come into play later, but it's just best to get it now because it's on the way to the route. And we're just trying to get to Good Neighbor right now because there's some things there. There's a fast travel point there. There's a bunch of stuff in Good Neighbor that we want. So we just finished that part. We did like a bunch of glitches at once. I hope everyone's following along just fine. There's also a route, like a pastebin full route about this. There's small tutorial videos in the forums of speedrun.com. That jumps a little hard right there, but it's not that bad. And now you want to run all the way to Good Neighbor. And you can just see that right here, these concrete barriers, you want to walk right along this one. And you'll discover the mass fusion building, which is like right here. It's really like out of nowhere. But that's mass fusion. And right here's Good Neighbor. And if you've got enough stamina, just run for the door. But if you're low on stamina, pick up a cone, run over here, and just climb up this wall, and you'll be in Good Neighbor. Alright, so we're going to do some shopping here. This is the first glitch. It's just basically an inventory item flow.
Hey.
So here in the inventory, we're going to do like an underflow glitch that was out like right when the game was released. You want to buy... There's a million long tutorials on how this will work, but the easiest way to explain it is that you want to buy all of the 38 round. That's the best one to choose. It works with pretty much all ammo types that she has plenty of, but it's just easiest to do it with a 38 round. That's just what I use. So just, I'm not going to say that you have to do it, but just do it with that. Buy all of it. And then over here, sell all of them besides one. I guess sell just one. And then over here, no, wait. Oh, God, I gotta do this again. I think I'm doing it right. And then over here, nah, okay. So you bought all of her type of ammo. Let me just start this back over again. Okay, this is where it started. Oh, God, how do I do this again? Because I just do it all really quick, so it's hard to remember. Oh yeah, so you sell all but one. So you just sell one back to her. And then you sell the entire stack over and over again. And this is what happens. You notice how, you know, it's a little glitched out. She's giving you a lot of money. But once you do this, like, a bunch, like I just did, now you switch over to her stack, and then you start spamming this one, too. And this is where the big money starts rolling in. I don't want to explain how it works, but it's all underflow and exponential stuff. And if I didn't know what those words were, then I would just say that it's magic. So... yeah, now we can buy anything from her. We don't want infinite caps, because she can only give us 252 caps. We just want to have things that she has. So, first off, you want to come over to junk. What you want in here is a biometric scanner. She has one, so we're going to get it. Most of the time, I'd say like 80% of the time, she has a biometric scanner. And that comes with building the teleporter. So you want that. It's really lucky that she got it. Then you want to come over to aid. There's two things in here that you would want to see that are random. Buff out and jet. Buff out makes it so running is a little bit better. So like your strength and endurance and your HP are up. So if you have max HP, like if your HP is at full, if your bar is full, except for the radiation, your AP will come back faster. Your stamina will come back faster. If your endurance is higher, that means you'll have you'll use less AP when you run. So it's great to have buff out. Great to have that. And then if you didn't get jet earlier, just get jet now. I already did get it earlier, but I'm just letting you know. And now stim packs. It's always good to have because you're going to take damage. And then rat away because we're going to go through the glowing sea, and it's good to have that. Let's just get both the destroyer's pieces because this gives you good armor so you don't die. And the destroyer's left leg. And this is why we want it, because it gives you that increased movement speed by 10%. It's the best thing that we're going to Good Neighbor for. So we got that. And we already have, as you can see over here, we've got 4 pistols. We've got 1 auto pipe pistol and then 3 pipe pistols. So we've got enough pistols. So we don't need to get any of these over here. So we're all good with shopping now. Press R to confirm and then press E, and now we're good. So get out of there. And I just want to steal a fat man. So come over here, crouch. It doesn't matter if they're looking. But steal the fat man and then the mini nuke. And they noticed me, of course. But it doesn't matter. Next time we come into Good Neighbor, they're not going to hate us anymore. So before we leave, or preferably right after you pick up the fat man and mini nuke, you want to start putting things in your inventory as soon as you can. This makes it so you can put on the destroyer's left leg as soon as you can, and making it so you can run faster as soon as you can. So we start off in weapons automatically, but like by default. So you want to equip things like hotkey things. You want to hotkey the Stimpack, the Rataway, the pistol, the Fat Man, the Jet, the Buff Out, and you want to level up and you want to put on the armor. So right here I do whatever I prefer. So you can see that I'm just putting things where I like to put them. Go to apparel, put that stuff on. Oh, when you're shopping, by the way, if you see military fatigues, buy those. Or if you see baseball uniform, buy that too. Things that give you more agility are pretty good. Bind the Buff Out. Bind the Jet. Bind the Rataway. Bind the Stimpaks. And now we press T to level up one more time. And this is the last level up for a little bit here. You get solar powered. And those are all the movement related level up things. And now we can get out of here. So that's the shopping. That's basically the whole beginning of the game. The whole intro, big cover slides, a bunch of glitches, and now it's going to be running for quite a bit. So I hope you will enjoy this. So just run the direction that I'm running the best that you can. It's the fastest direction. Through like a lot of testing and a lot of like trial and error of doing attempts. So you want to go around this pole to discover Park Street Station. That's all you got to do, is just go around that pole to discover it. And you'll see it notify on the left side, Park Street Station. We're going to go there later to get Nick. And now we're going to go to Diamond City. It doesn't matter if we find anything on the way, we're just going to go to Diamond City now. But we're not going to go in through the front door, we're going to clip in, just like we did with Good Neighbor. And that'll make it so we automatically enter it. It skips the Piper cutscene, and it also advances Piper's questline, which in turn advances Nick Valentine's questline, which makes it so we can manipulate Nick later on in the game. So right about here, we're going to grab this cone, make it so it's about that close to us. It's a really good angle for it too. And come right here on this wall. So there's the vent, there's this green speck. We're going to go up this corner right here on the wall. And we'll clip right through. Be a little careful though. Clip into it It's like the trickiest one for me personally. There we go, we got it. And then just run towards this wall and you'll just go into Diamond City. And we're not going to spend any time in here, really. Just like 4 or 5 seconds. Because we're just going to leave as soon as we can. Just hold back and moonwalk out of there. And now you'll notice that Piper and the mayor are all done chatting, and they're coming inside. So we're going to run. And this is like the biggest run of the game from here to Glowing Sea. So this is when you want to use your buff out. You'll get the most use out of it right here. So I just swallowed my buff out. You might have heard like a little click. But you'll know if you use it. If I press down F, you can no longer see it bound anywhere. The things that are bound are on 6 and 7 are Radaway and Jet. So now we're going to run all the way to Virgil's Cave in the Glowing Sea, which is just called like the Rocky Cave or something right now. But this is the fastest method for running to there. That buff out will help keeping your health up, give you extra endurance. You may notice how slowly the AP bar is going down. It's very nice. If you are low on health for any weird reason, like if an enemy hits you, that guy will almost never kill you. Just keep running this direction. Like, that was the closest he's ever been to me. And I've done many, many runs of this game. But when you're in the water, that's the best moment in the game to ever use Stimpaks. Because you won't have that slow animation of, like, pumping a Stimpak into you. So just keep on running. After this, it's not really boring anymore, because there's like one cutscene later that's kind of long. But right now we're basically just prepping our character. We're getting a lot of fast travel points. We're getting a bunch of tiny little quests out of the way. And we're making our character a little strong. There we go, we're totally fine. So you can use like the map to put a marker on if it's your first time running down here. Or we can use the compass down below. And you just want to run southwest. Basically straight from Diamond City, just run directly southwest. And my health bar is getting lower, and my rads are building up, but it's really not that much of a deal. You know, not that big of a deal, I guess. So you can just use Radaway, and you'll be fine. It's not even a big deal that you stay at full health or anything. Just nice to know. Oh. And on the way to Virgil's Cave, we need to set up a cover slide. That's why we're going here in the first place. So right over here, we're going to set up a cover slide. The best location I've found is right here on this rock. So come to this rock, lean down, third person, and start running. Put away your gun, and then go back into first person. And now, don't pull out your gun. Just don't. And don't, I guess just don't pull out your gun. Just don't do it. That's the one thing that'll make this not work. So if you're low on health and rads, just use rad away. Here through the crater of Adam, just running through the rocks. It's not even that long of a run, really. You get through it as quick as we can. But I can't spend too much time to mosey around and talk too much because I don't want to die. It's really easy to not die, but you just gotta make sure you stay running. So, here we go. The buff out has worn off. And you just want to go around this Deathclaw. That's why we're going up the hill right there. He's not going to really notice you too much. But right here, pause the game, make a hard save. And now we're going to fast travel. Just press the M key to bring this menu up. To Green Tech Genetics so we can get a power armor. And we're going to get our power armor from here. And we're going to slide all the way from Vault 111 straight downwards. Like straight down. And it's going to be towards here, like where we set up the cover, where we set up the slide. Of course it's going to be there. But we're going to land right around here at around Fort Hagen. And that's where we want to go next. And the fact that we're going to Virgil's Rocky Cave first, instead of Fort Hagen and then the Rocky Cave, is that this cover slide saves, like, minutes. Just saves a lot of time. So, fast travel to Green Tech Genetics. The Deathclaw is not going to notice you if you're far enough away, so you're fine. Just don't bother him. If he sees you, I guess pull out the minigun and kill him or something. But then your slide's going to get messed up, so just don't do it. And this is why we put the power armor here, so it'll be right in front of us when we fast travel. Bring out the map again. Bring out the map again. I locked up. Fast travel to Vault 111, and now we're going to slide down to Fort Hagen. This is the last cover slide that is across the overworld map, and it's pretty straightforward. So you want to go into third person. Stand right about here, pull out your gun, and then jump and press tab a couple times to fly all the way down. Just like the one we did outside of the Museum of Freedom earlier. This one's a little low because I think I hit my feet on the fence, but we'll be okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Well, I'm probably going to travel pretty far because I'm underneath the map, but this is ideal, actually. Okay, this is a really funky cover slide, but we don't need the power armor anymore for the rest of the game. If you're underneath the map and you do a cover slide, or if you're underneath the map anywhere in Fallout 4, and you go far enough down, it'll just bring you back up to where ground level is. So that's really useful, because it doesn't even give you fall damage either. So here we are at Fort Hagen, already. See how quick that was? And here's the back entrance on the rooftop. You want to find that, like, scaffolding staircase and run up here. So we go into the inventory and drop a pistol. This is where we're finally using the pistols that we picked up earlier. Grab it at the butt. I almost always grab them at the butt of the handle. And then you want to go into this corner, and then right when you hit the top of the door, you want to like swing the gun around to move your, so it pushes your body through the door like this. It's kind of weird. You'll get used to it. It's a little finicky. If you move your arrow key in the direction that you want to go, it's typically not even going to help you. So it's like all based on the S key for going backwards and the gun. So you want to get your noggin really stuck inside the building and then clip right through. Never really gives me this much trouble, but there we go. You want to give that turn a lot of quickness, and I think I was taking too much time there. Yeah, a lot of... Just be brisk about it. Have confidence with your clips, and it pretty much always works. And you can pull out your gun here to get that final pump of your cover slide out of the way, but you want to bring out the Fat Man and then put it away, because we're not going to use that quite yet. But here we're going to do one more clip, because we're right here. There's nothing for us over here. Like, we can't leave, that door's locked, and so we need to get out of this room. So the best thing to do, clip out of here, is with this bucket. Buckets are really nice for clipping. So crouch down and get the bucket. Make sure you're not crouched when you're clipping, and then it gets you out of the room really easily. And then you'll be in this room. Make sure you land over here. You can clip many areas, but that's like my favorite spot. We're up against this door, and it'll spawn Kellogg. No, quick save, just in case you miss. Bring out the mini nuke. Hit him right in the body. Make sure you get everything that he has, because you don't want to miss the item that was in his inventory. Put your gun away. Grab the military grade circuit board, and go into the monitor. If the game is nice. Okay. So the game is a little rude to me, so I'm going to reload the quick save and do it all over again. You want to be really quick here, but I have to explain things slowly. So these guys can really spam you out. Okay, so minigun. Kill Kellogg. Put the gun away. Get all of his stuff. Get the circuit board, and then go on the PC. And there. Now they're not shooting me because we were quick enough. You just want to like view the access logs and then get out of there as soon as you can, because now you've got that quest updated. And now you want to quick save. And this is where we're going to do our first load warp. It's so simple. Load warping is so simple. So now that you have a quick save, you want to load a save from earlier on that you made. The best one to do it is this one when we were in the sewer, where we clipped with the water and got the final quest. So load the one from Public Works Maintenance area. And you can either turn around to like look at the exit, but you can just walk backwards or swim backwards. And as soon as you start to see the screen fade, you want to hit quick load. So the screen was fading and I hit quick load. So you saw it like freeze for a second and then start the loading screen. So now the character that I just quick loaded is on the other side of this tunnel and is in the Overworld map. And the character that I was quick loading is the one that was just in Kellogg's area. So now we're out here, and we have the stuff from Kellogg's quest. We can't really see the inventory so well, but right here you can see, or the map so well. But you can, this is Boston down here, and you want to go to Park Street Station, where we discovered it. There's going to be this chunk of 3 things right here that you've discovered, and you want to just go to Park Street Station. It's right there, the one right in the center. Alright, and you'll know that this is our main character, because our inventory, we have all of Kellogg's stuff. His brain augmenter is what we need the most. It's essentially the only thing we need besides the quest. Okay, so now we're here. And before we enter this building, there's a trick in here is going to involve having to take a lot of fall damage. So just make sure you're at like a decent amount of health. Like, that's perfectly fine. You'll see how much health that we take in a second. But, we're gonna do a clip right here. So drop another pipe pistol. Crouch down next to it. And you want to make a quick save before you grab it. Because if you make a quick save while you grab it, it'll get a little fucky. So, quick save, then grab it. And this is a little weird. We're going to clip sideways out the side of the wall and not upwards. So you really want to push your body to the side. So, like this. Like, it's so hard to describe. You'll just need to practice this. I can't really explain it. But if you just watch how I'm doing it, I'm pushing myself inwards and then to the side like this, just so I don't go up. If I go up, then I invert my position and I have to reload my quick save. Ugh. This might not be the best angle for holding it either. So I'll re-grab it. There we go. Make it even a little closer, I guess. You want to like bump into it with your feet while you're grabbing it. That's how close you want to be. If it's really close, though, then you'll fly around everywhere. Everything's going to be really hard to do. I'll reload my quick save. There we go. Must have just had to reload the map. So there we are. We want to stand right here. You'll have plenty of space to move around. And just so you don't have to do that trick again, quick save one more time. And then just run straight off and land on this bar. You don't need to jump, just run. And you'll notice that that's the fall damage that we were talking about. And just come down on this bar. Just make sure you stay in a straight line. Because you'll fall through the map if you go anywhere else. This is just the fastest way to get to Nick Valentine. So now, before we jump down, I want to quick save again. And we want to jump down and grab a door. Like I want to grab this door. It was available for like half a second. So that's why it's really important to quick save. Just spam E right when it's in your range. Like that. It's not that hard. And now that we're in this next room, we want to do one more clip. Make sure you quick save before you grab it. There we go. This one's actually one of the hardest ones in the game. Because you can only stand on this red pipe, and then you can only stand like in that little circle. And if you fall off, you'll void out and you'll be right back here again. So you just want to be really careful. So jump to here. There might be the instance where you fly so high up that you can just land right here to begin with. Or maybe even over there if your reaction time is good enough. And then you want to run along this blue pipe area. So these grates and this blue pipe are totally fine to walk on. So until the end of this blue pipe, that's when you want to jump to over here. You don't want to go over here at all or even be near this door because there's a big trigger over here for dialogue. So make sure you quick save right here. And then you want to try to jump and land like right there just to avoid like this big wide trigger right here. There we go. And now here's Nick. And you want him to have the dialogue that you can actually talk with. Oh, there we go, first try. If he doesn't give it to you, just reload the quick save and keep talking to him until he lets you talk to you. And keep talking to him until he talks back to you the proper way. He'll say the phrase like, "Where's your son? What happened?" And you want him to just actually talk about everything after that. So get the quest from Nick. And we're good. We've successfully manipulated Nick. And that guy never ends up talking to anybody, and Nick just goes on with the next quest. And so now we're going to do another load warp, so press quick save. and reload the public works maintenance area, just like we did with Kellogg. Nothing new. And go backwards and hit quick load on the fade out. Just like Kellogg. It really makes it so you can fast travel from basically anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the in-game world, of course. So now that we've got Kellogg's chip, and we've got Nick Valentine, I want to go down to Good Neighbor, where we were earlier when we did the shopping. And we want to go to the memory den, because we're just doing all that work to start off the memory cutscene. Let's run over here. Just run straight downstairs and start talking to Amari, and skip through both Amari and Nick's dialogue. And you can talk to her from pretty far away. This is why we want the dialogue camera to be off. Saves a lot of time. And you want to stack Nick and Amari right in front of each other, so you skip both their dialogues together. Merci beaucoup, Nick. Okay, so when you're down here, just pick up some useful stuff. Radaway, stim packs, another coffee cup for ceramics. The bone cutter, because it has copper in it. And if you didn't get the jet from earlier, this is the jet that you can get. Just crouch and sneak and get it, and then equip it later on. But you've got a little bit of free time here while Amari and Nick are doing their own thing. And this whole cutscene is a little bit faster right here, because it's in French, so you don't have as much time as you used to. So skip the dialogue and then go in there when they tell you to sit in there. And the only way to speed up this whole memory den cutscene part is to just like have the destroyer's left leg on, and that makes it so your movement speed is faster. That's about it, though. And right when you start looking forward, that's where that's the direction that you'll be walking in. So after you do this enough times, you'll just know every turn that you need to take. Try not to bump into anything. Just take a bunch of straight lines. That's the best advice here. And then at the end, you'll be waiting for like around like 2 minutes at least for them to talk, like Kellogg and the Courser and Sean. So, just walking along. Pretty boring right here. This is the last big boring cutscene before the game finishes off. Alright. And you can just wait over here in the corner for everything to finish up. There's actually enough time here for you to go to the bathroom if you need to. More than enough. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I have to do that right now. And I'll continue the tutorial when the cutscene is over. Feel free to go get a snack or something.
C'est bon. Un jour, quelqu'un va te faire sauter la cervelle si tu continues de te démarquer sans glorieux. Je suis censé limiter mon contact avec les civils. Oublie ce que j'ai dit. Alors, quel est le problème urgent cette fois? J'ai des nouveaux ordres. L'un de nos scientifiques a quitté les stations. Quitté? C'est-à-dire? C'est un traître. Il s'agit du docteur Hagen. Je sais qu'il se cache quelque part dans la dernière descente. Voilà ce dossier. Merde, il y a des têtes qui vont tomber. Le capture de la rame, je l'ai dit. Il faut les prendre. Pour travailler sur un projet classé top secret. Sans blague. Une des grosses têtes de biosciences. Merde. Bon. Je suppose que tu vas ramener le gamin. Affirmatif. La seule mission est de trouver Virginie et de lui.
Vous allez me ramener chez mon papa?
Oui. Viens à côté de moi.
D'accord. Au revoir, monsieur Kellogg. J'espère que
So yeah, plenty of time. And then look at the TV because that's where that's gonna finish off.
Personne n'a jamais trouvé l'entrée de l'institut parce qu'il n'y a pas d'entrée. Je vais vous faire sortir. C'est grand.
Oh. And then just get out of here. Virgil just spawned, so you want to get out of here and go talk to him now. Because this is a lot of work just to get Virgil to spawn. Because we want to get inside the Institute, and Virgil can bring us there. So back down to the rocky cave that we discovered earlier. And just go talk to him. It's really simple. And just spam 4. It'll go to the end of his dialogue, and there's not much to it.
Kellogg, je ne mens pas. Bien, je sais que vous en faisiez partie. Ok, du calme. Je veux cela. J'essaye de retrouver mon fils. Vous m'aidez?
And you can walk backwards and talk to him still. And this will make it so you're closer to the door when you have to leave. So now we're getting a quest line saying that, like, okay, we're going to the Institute, we have to teleport there. Coursers know how to get there. So if we can get a chip from a Courser, then we can figure out how to teleport there. And that means I have to go kill a Courser, and he's telling me where a Courser is. You guys have played the game, you know what I'm doing. But, yeah, that's what we're doing next, going to kill a Courser. And luckily, he's at Green Tech Genetics. Ooh. The plan's coming together. Okay. So this part's really fun and action-packed. I'm just going to talk and I'm not even going to slow down. You guys, it's so obvious what I'm doing. It's a very straightforward area, but I'll still talk about what I'm doing. So here, go kill the Courser as fast as you can. He's at the top floor, so you got to go up to an elevator, go up the elevator, and then kill the Courser. And then you're going to load warp out afterwards, after you get the Courser chip. So you need to item climb up to him. So item climb up this broken staircase, and then up this wall. So we're right here on this balcony, like where this rocket ship trash can is, and right here. I don't want to stand still for too long because I'm going to get shot, but... just follow my path and then go up the elevator. And right here, just, I guess it's a good time to go up to full health or whatever. This is the best box to climb up this next wall with, so grab it at a good distance, and then item climb up this wall. Drop it, grab this mini nuke underneath the staircase, go up the staircase, pull out the mini nuke, and you notice how it's at, like, it's not reloaded right now? And instead of going through the entire reload animation, you can switch to your pistol and then back to the Fat Man, and it'll be reloaded. So, like that, and now it's reloaded. So now we can shoot the courser. We can at least try to shoot the courser. And he's dead. Put the mini nuke away, and just press E. It's always going to be at the top of his inventory. Get that courser chip. Quick save, and now load warp out of here, back in the public works maintenance area again. And without having to talk to anybody, we're just going to go decode the chip already. So just quick load the same character as you're going through the fade out screen. And we discovered mass fusion before we shopped, because running from mass fusion to the railroad area in the Old North Church, which is over here, is a lot faster than running from Good Neighbor. So, discover mass fusion here. Well, fast travel to the mass fusion that we discovered earlier. And run to the Old North Church, just following the route that you'll see me run. There's a few more things that come into play right here. Just follow this running route. That's all. Last time I'll say it. But if you were not able to get good RNG and not get a biometric scanner earlier on in the game, you would stand right here, you would make a quick save, and you would kill with a pistol this machine gun turret over and over again. And keep reloading until it, like, dropped from its corpse a biometric scanner. And that's the one that you would use. But that's why you really want to get one from Good Neighbor earlier on in the game. So here we are, Old North Church. You got to go through the front door because that's the only door. And we're going to void out as soon as we can. Just go out of bounds and fall out of bounds as soon as we can. The best place to do that so easily and consistently is right here in this corner that I'm standing in. And this is the last clip of the game, so we're going to use our last pistol. That was our fourth pistol. Grab it, just walk backwards. It's such a free clip. Even, like, this is the worst I've ever seen it, probably. Just walk backwards into the corner. There it is. And then void out, and you're landing right here. There's the railroad door that you normally do the puzzle to go past. And then you'll run down and talk to Desdemona right here. And now, just, you want to stand, like, right here. Because this is where Deacon and Desdemona are going to stand together. And you can skip both their dialogue at the same time. They might lock up. It tends to do that. The game just tends to do that in itself. It'll fix itself, though, just like it did. Okay, now we're good. Door opens, we can go to the headquarters. Tinker Tom here. So you want to stand right here, because Desdemona's going to stand right there, and they're going to have a conversation.
Salut Des. T'as besoin de quelque chose?
Tom, notre camarade a une puce chez ça.
Non, sans blague. La vache, ça fait un bail.
Bien, mettons les choses au clair. Tom peut vous obtenir ça. Mais ensuite, la
Tout le monde n'arrête pas de dire.
D'accord.
Abusé de l'ado.
Tenez.
Tu planes.
Alright, there we go. And I like to go off a visual cue. So I stand in this doorway, and when I see his arm in the air, that's when I run out of here. And this will skip his dialogue. like that. Because it's kind of hard to hear him all the way from this door. But I want to turn around and make a save file in this area, because later on I have to do another load warp to come here later on. And we're going to be using this door to do it. So there's our save file. Go back in through here. And he'll almost be done talking here. And once you get the quest, then you want to load warp out of here. Courser chip added. Quick save. And now we're going to not load the Public Works maintenance area, but we're going to load the glowing sea, because we're going to go see Virgil. And just hit quick load when the fade in starts and you're good. Or I mean fade out. And Virgil's in a very good location. You just want to talk to him and spam 4 and get this conversation over with. He's going to give you the quest, which tells you to go talk to, just go talk to any faction to help you get into the Institute. And we're going to be using the Minutemen because we already helped them out earlier. That conversation went by pretty fast in French. That's good to know. So since we discovered Sanctuary, this is where we're going to be going next. If you did not discover Sanctuary at the first cover slide of the game, you're going to want to just fast travel to Vault 111 and run down to Sanctuary. It's about 17 seconds slower though, but it's still good. We have some level ups, and what we're about to do is pickpocket. So you want to level up the pickpocket skill twice. So this is going to make it pickpocket 25% easier, and this is now going to make it 50% easier. And that's all we'll need, because we're going to pickpocket Virgil. We're going to pickpocket Sturges, excuse me. I just get those names mixed up. So fast traveling to Sanctuary, now that we've got the quest to go enter the Institute. And now Virgil, Sturges is right here. He will be in a random location. He can either be, I guess since I just quick saved, I can explain it. He can either be walking right here, sitting here, he could be right here, on this workbench, on this part of the house, on this part of the house, sitting down in this chair, walking anywhere right here, or he can be back here. But I got him in a pretty good spot, so I'm just going to reload my quick save. And you want to make sure you quick save before you do this, so in case you mess up, you can try again. But this is like a 90% chance to steal, so you just take it. And as long as he doesn't react violently right here, you're good. You got it. We're good, totally. Talk to Preston. We got the chip, and that chip is important. When we go inside the Institute, we're going to use that chip to relay the Minutemen indoors. So skip through Preston's dialogue. He's going to give you a quest to go help out a settlement, because we need his help, but before we get his help, we need to help him out a little bit. And right now, we're going to talk to him once more about these schematics, because we have to do this conversation at some point, but if we do it now, it'll manipulate his location later on in the run. So now that we've finished off that chunk of conversation, we're going to fast travel to the Museum of Freedom, and then run to 10 Pines Bluff. And as soon as we get to 10 Pines Bluff, we're going to just kill the settlers there, because that will finish the quest. It won't finish it the way that anybody wants us to finish it, but it'll finish the quest. And it'll make it so we can just immediately start building the teleporter to the Institute without having to worry about having to actually save the settlers or anything. If you have any more buff out, now is a good time to use it. So that's all I've really got for you. And if you ever had a Nuka-Cola Quantum, you might want to use that when either now or on your way to the Glowing Sea. But it's pretty obvious, you know. If it helps you out with AP, you want to use it during the sections when you're running. Shouldn't really have to mention that, but yeah, it's what's happening. You can select what weapon you have equipped even when they're not out. So make sure you have your gun equipped, your handgun. That's the fastest thing to kill these enemies up here with. Now, there is a mini nuke inside of Virgil's cave that you can grab, so you have an extra mini nuke. And it is possible to shoot the mini nuke all the way from like here, through the sky, and into the shed where these settlers are. But there's too much RNG with bullet spread on the mini nukes, and that's not going to be a thing that happens. So nobody's going to do that. So pull up the gun, jump right here, and just kill away. 2 bullets each. And then fast travel immediately to Sanctuary. It's just as soon as they're dead. You don't have to wait for any notifications or anything. Just click M and then go on your way. And then right down the street is going to be Preston. Roughly like 44 to 48 meters away every time. And this is why we talked to him earlier, because now he's going to be standing here. And if we didn't talk to him earlier, he would be standing like over there. So finish off this long conversation with him. This is the last like big conversation in the game. It's not really boring from any more in the game. This is where we're gonna quickly build some stuff and then do a bunch of glitches. The run is almost over. He will lock up every single time. When he's done talking, you talk to him again right there. And then you'll get this thing to talk to Sturgis. And he will help you build the teleporter. So this is the last big part of RNG in the game. Except for Tinker Tom, we'll get to that later. But, talk to Sturgis. He'll tell you to build one part of the teleporter, and then he'll give you the rest of the parts of the teleporter, and then you can go to the Institute. Okay, so here, hit OK, build it, escape, run towards Sturgis, and now finish off this conversation again. Alright, and now you got the rest of it. This is just the way that I build it, so you don't have to build it the same way. But the relay dish there, molecular beam emitter, and then that there. And then press tab to go back, over to power. You got the small generator for this, and then you want to have 5 of these, and this will supply enough energy for the rest of the area. So cancel out of that, and now you want to connect all these parts together. And this is where copper is important, because it makes wire. So this is giving power to this, and this whole machine setup right here is powered by these generators. So now we're all good. Okay. This is one of those cutscenes that are faster because he's using French as well. There we go. That's like the last break that you really have before the game finishes. Okay, I'll try to make this video under 2 hours long. so it can fit on YouTube easily. But there's like not much time left in the run anyway, so we're good. So as soon as you get into the Institute, go to the terminal and relay in the Minutemen. Load the holotape, Institute relay targeting sequence. You just want to play the first part, and now you want to spam like tab to get out of there. And now they'll start coming in. And while they're coming in, I just like to set up a little cover slide right here. This is like a little advanced thing you don't have to do. Skip Preston's dialogue just with the 4 key. Don't talk to him normally, just skip his dialogue. He'll talk by default. And so you get this, so you press E to confirm it, and then go back into first person, and it'll slide back to this point. Put the gun back away. You're not going to kill anything anymore. Make a save file at this door, because we're going to be load warping there later on. And then we want to clip out of bounds, and the easiest way to do that in the whole game, anywhere, sit in this chair, and then just hold down left. You'll get out of the chair, so A. And now you need to jump down to the advanced science door, which is right over there. And you can either do it by voiding out, or you can do it by grabbing the door as you're falling. So I'm going to use the jet that we got from earlier to get more horizontal distance when we're jumping. So running jump after you use the jet. And I'm going to try to interact with the door as I'm falling past it, just like I did in Park Street Station. But it didn't work, so I'm going to reload my quick save and try it again. The easiest way to do it is to just try to get underneath the platform. And I'll actually illustrate that right now. Right here. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. But it will work eventually. All you gotta do is get to the store. There's 2 different ways you can do it. You can either go underneath the map and then like automatically have your location go back to where the door is, or you can just grab it while you're falling. And I just grabbed it while I was falling. That's what I'm used to doing. I was trying to show off the simpler method, but it was harder for me. Okay. Set up a cover slide right here. And then go into the next room. And then, now that you're in this room, it'll shoot you towards the origin of this room. Just like that. So you can run up this whole hallway a lot faster. And then in this next room, you want to go up these stairs to your right, and then up here, and then into this doorway. Or you could do this, where you open up the doors, grab this bucket, and this is just a little bit faster. Put the fusion core thing on. Quick save. So we're going to do a load warp, and now we're going to do the first of 3 load warps that are right at the end of the game. So we're going to fast travel, we're going to reload the save file that we made in front of this door in the Institute before we sat down in the chair. And we don't have a fade out to use this time, so this is just really hard. That's the best I can do to explain it. Right when the door is about to give us the fade in screen, that's when you need to hit quick load. So about halfway through the door's opening up animation, hit quick load, and there's a small delay to it. So all it takes is timing and practice. That's the best I can do to help you here, but we're just going to load warp through the door. It's really hard, but it's possible. It's kind of like that. And if you get it right, you'll be on the other side of this door. But if you get it wrong, you'll still be next to the fusion core thing. But it looks like I got it first try. And I just go back through the door. And it may not look like it, but you're back up here. And you want to go up to the teleporter. And this will bring Desdemona in here. because this is the part of the game where you get a quest, but you already have that quest. So talk to Desdemona to skip her dialogue,
Excusez-moi.
and then you'll make it so her dialogue there goes by a lot faster. But since it was in French, it already went by really fast. So it was hard for me to figure that out. So that's a part of the game where you're forced to get a quest, but you already have that quest, so they just give you the quest again, but from another faction. It's really weird. But anyway, you want to you cannot fast travel from the Institute at this point because it doesn't let you. You're like in this combat end of the game phase, but you can still load warp wherever you want. So that save file that I made at the door in the railroad in the Old North Church, we're gonna load warp to there now. So I just made a quick save here, so quick save, as you can see. And now I'm going to load the save file here in the Old North Church, in the escape tunnel. And that's where I want to go to talk to Tinker Tom now. Now this is the hardest door to load warp through. Right at the peak of its opening, you want to hit quick load. It's really, really hard. It's such a tight frame window, and it's hard to get a visual and audio cue from it. But if you mess up, you can just turn around and try again. You can also do this on any load warp in the game. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay, I got it on the third try. Now we're going to go see Tinker Tom, and hopefully he's awake. He is. He's right here, standing up. Okay. It's hard to see where things are. If you hold down tab, you can turn on a light. That might make things easier for you.
C'est bon.
But we need to get the quest from Tinker Tom.
Ce n'est pas mon fils, Tom. Absolument.
And once you see the quest, then you can load warp back to the Institute, just like we did earlier. So step into the relay. Quick save. Reload the Institute one. And since we had the relay chip from Sturgis, but since we pickpocketed him, that saves this whole second half of the game. Alright, and we got that one first try as well. It's really good for tutorial purposes. But you just want to hit quick load as the door's opening. And I just want to step on the relay again, and it'll bring you to the detonator. And it's weird. It's the detonator that the railroad gave you, but you're still on the side of the Minutemen. They're the ones that brought you to the Institute. So they're considered an enemy, but they're also on... but the railroad are still on your side. It's weird. You can see me shoot them in a second here. So walk forward and spam this button. You want to blow it up as soon as you can. Between the loading screen and the final, and hitting the split at the end, it's about 30 seconds. As long as you hit that button really quickly. So, and here they are. You can shoot them. They won't fight back. It's weird. But the timer stops right when the HUD goes away, right now. So, that's how you speedrun Fallout 4. Thanks for watching.
I can feel it wash over me. The heat,
If you have any questions,
radiation,
uh,
fear. It's the end of the world.
send me
Over again.
a tweet. That would probably be the best way.
I close my eyes.
Or show up in my chat on Twitch
Before all of this. Before the bombs.
and ask me there if you feel like it. Or send me a PM on Twitch. I check those every now and then. But Twitter's probably the best way.
At some point,
Thank you for watching.
it's to all of us.
Alright.